Kaizer Chiefs have offered isamba semali to Sekhukhune United for Elias Mokwana, but they want a bit more. And now there is another complexity in signing that player. Speaking of complexities, there is another complexity in signing a left back. Who's that left back? Fawaz Basadien. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Kaizer Chiefs contacting Usiphelele Sithole and what happened there and why it didn't happen and some other things. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. By the way, someone told me to greet like this, but it's very impractical, so it's better for me to do this. Anyways, let's get into a video. Because Kaizer Chiefs apparently, according to Elatuma, which as I usually say, we should take what they say with a pinch of salt. I don't even know if that's the right saying. Anyways, it's reported that Sekhukhune United want 15 million from South African teams for Elias Mokwana. Earlier on, we reported 20 million, but apparently the 25 million to 30 million is for teams outside of South Africa, and 15 million is for teams within South Africa. What usually happens in Europe is that actually, if it's a team in your league, there's more money. A team outside of your league, it's a bit less because you are competing with them. But in this case, it's because up there they have more money than down here, so it kind of makes sense. So according to this report, Chiefs offered isamba 12 million rands and Sekhukhune 115. Now with the new offers that are reportedly coming from North Africa, then that might mean Chiefs might actually miss out on the player, because if the teams from North Africa even offer 18 million, I mean Sekhukhune would take the 18 million, because it's 6 million more than what Chiefs are offering. So I'm sure that Elias Mokwana is mission impossible for Chiefs. But do you actually think Chiefs would be losing out on this player if we end up not signing him? Speaking of players that Chiefs might not be signing or have not signed, it's Usiphelele Sithole. And when he was talking on a radio, what's the name of the radio? Blah, 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 Power FM. He said that last year, Kaizer Chiefs actually contacted him and the talks just stopped. He says that Chiefs never offered him anything. It was just negotiations. Well, talks, not really negotiations about, hey, here's how much we're going to pay you. This is what's going to be happening. They just made contact. And it seems like Chiefs makes contact with a lot of people. And I know that in football, this happens, that teams offer or talk to people and see where they are, basically. But now it seems like Chiefs talks to a lot of players and they don't sign a lot of them. Some of them are good, like Sithole. We all know he's a good player, and yet nothing ended up materializing for him. But as a South African, I'm fine with him staying abroad. The person, though, who I'm not fine with staying where they are is Fawaz Basadien, because according to Tiski Times, Lawrence, he's reporting that Chiefs with Basadien, they had interest on him December 2023, just this past year. But then again, we did not sign him and then extended his contract. And now when Chiefs went back and said, hey, Stellenbosch, we know that you just sent to Koboloke Sibande to TS Galaxy. We know that you have Umtaga training with you. So could you perhaps give us this left back by the name of Fawaz Basadien? And then Steve Barker, no, Oppenheimer. Is it Oppenheimer? No, it's not Oppenheimer. It's Rupert. Yeah, they said, hey, not yet to Huru. You are not getting this player. He is not for sale. And people on Twitter are like, everyone has a price. But if we go to the price that he would actually cost the Chiefs, it would be something around 20 million. I find it difficult to believe that Stellenbosch would refuse 20 million rands. But then the question that I have for you, because a lot of you commented yesterday, yes, I read your comments, and you said that you are fine with Usam coming to Chiefs. And if you are fine with him, do you then think that it's too much of a risk to spend 20 million on a left back? Or do you think Usam would do a good job as a left back, thus we don't need to sign Basadien? Or do you think that Usam has not played enough games and thus Fawaz Basadien is still needed and Usam could still be a backup for Basadien? Do let me know down on the comment section below. And before we move on to the next story, please do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe, NJ, if you have already subscribed, like the video. I have a video nama views out 17,000, 20,000, but even nama likes out 300. Let's target getting 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 views, 1,000 likes each video. So if the video does not have 1,000 likes, then it's not good enough. Like, okay, so now you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this. According to Latuba, so Chiefs has released all these players, and they are reportedly offering Uzita Kwinika a 2-year extension on his contract. I'm like, dang, 2-year extension. Why are they not letting this contract and see how it does? Like, this man is being given a 2-year extension. Uzita, of all players, 2-year extension. And abantu have said a long time ago ukuthi la udla khona Uzitha la ukha khona ayengeke kumele sonke sulande khona ukube nama ngikholwa nje bengizolanda la ulandwa khona Uzitha. I mean, not to beef with the guy, but 2 years ukuthola extension based on what? What gives Uzitha this unmerited favor, this grace nje yokuthi extend the contract? I don't know, because personally I would have thought, okay, Uzitha, when I talked about players who might be leaving Chiefs, and I said he's one I would put in a bracket of not sure, depending on how he performs. Then let him perform, and then decide on his contract after the fact. It's not like he's 22 and if you don't extend his contract, someone is gonna come in and sign him. No one's gonna do that. So I hope this is confusing to me. But I also want to talk about this thing because I saw a lot of people asking this question and I think we should address it. I saw a lot of people talking about who's signing players, who's releasing players, who's renewing contracts for players while the coach is still not there. Here's the thing, guys. Teams are moving towards this business model of having a coach as a coach and having the sporting director as a sporting director. What do I mean by that? Right now, that thing is ripping havoc at Sundowns, but that's usually what happens in SA. Coaches find players there, and then they coach. And then after that, they can ask for players after submitting technical reports. In a case of Nabi, according to Mazola, SABC Sport, he's been given some lenience as to which players he can actually sign or whatnot if he wants to, right? But for me personally, I would say this. I understand why sometimes coaches are not given the full freedom to sign everyone they want. Reason being, God forbid, Nabi fails to perform and he brings in 7 players that he wants. So after he leaves, what are we going to do with the 7 players that he brought? Right? So we are talking about if the worst was to happen, right? Then that means Unabi would have to leave and these players would be behind. So that's why I say I get it, but I feel like it should be done in moderation. Negotiate with the coach, look at his style of play, look at the overall style of play of the team that you want. And that is why I always say, start with the style of play of the team. What is Kaizer Chiefs' way? What are we trying to achieve? Bring in a coach who has that style of play. Because if you know your style of play, then you will recruit the players who will fit the style of play. And if the players fit the style of play and the coach is of the type of play, then we're not going to have a problem. But if you want to sign ball playing players, promote Abo Mfundo Villagas from development, ball playing and higher end Smintendorp, it's not a good combination. So for me, I would say I get it to a point. So I don't know what you guys think. Do you think how much freedom or control should coaches be given in teams in terms of who do we sign and who leaves the club? Do let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check this video out on my other channel where I talk about why Rulani Mokwana left Kaizer Chiefs. Nope. Why Rulani Mokwana left Mamelodi Sundowns, and this video that YouTube thinks you might like. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.